welcome back to the Shannon Show. So today's video is going to be about my biggest accomplishments of 2019. I said this in one of my other videos that like a few months ago I just kind of felt like I wasn't making any progress in my life, but when I actually look back on 2019, I've actually done I've actually done quite a lot on a lot of things for myself that I'm proud about, and it's just kind of just like, yeah, I should be proud of this. I've worked really hard this year, and yeah, I'm just so proud of myself, and I'm here to share that with you, whether it's for motivation or whether you're just here to see what other people's accomplishments were for this year. You know, sometimes it'd be like that. So yeah, let's just get into it. My first accomplishment that I'm really proud of is having my first published piece in a news publication, like an official news publication, which is BM1 magazine. You should definitely check out the articles that I wrote on there. It was a film review for the film Capernaum, which was a winner in Cannes in 2018, and I got given tickets to a screening to review. And yeah, I was really proud of that, and that's kind of how I got into film journalism. You know, film journalism used to be one of my goals growing up, but I was just kind of just thrown into it by accident. My main objective was to just be a filmmaker. So yeah, but yeah, I'd like to say a big thank you to my film school, specifically Fiona, who works at Brighton Film School, which is now the Screen and the Film and Screen School. She was really instrumental in getting me into BM1 magazine, so I really am grateful for that, because that's opened so many opportunities for me this year. So yeah, that's my first big accomplishment of the year. My next biggest accomplishment would be getting myself onto press lists for like film journalism, and that I did that by myself. Like, I went out and I was emailing all of these companies, and I was really proactive with that. So this one I can claim for myself, like this was all my hard work, and I've managed to get on, you know, decent press lists. I've managed to get on press lists that deal with 21st Century Fox, Vertigo releasing, XTX Films. I've managed to get on film festival press lists, Warner Brother Films, Paramount's press list, and then lots of just publicist press lists that deal with like a range of outlets and a range of distributors. So I'm really proud of myself. I'm still kind of continuing with that and hoping to get on more press lists next year. That is probably one of my biggest accomplishments of the year, and one of the ones that I feel the most proudest about. My next accomplishment, linking in with the press list, is going to my first film festivals. Me going into film journalism and taking a career in film journalism seriously. It was only right to go to my first film festival. Again, I sorted that out myself, and I went to the BFI Film Festival and I went to Raindance Film Festival, and it was just something where I wasn't even sure that I'd be able to do it, but I just thought, let me just take a chance, and it all worked out. So I'm really proud of myself for just, you know, biting the bullet and just taking a chance, and you know, if it happened, it happened. If it didn't, it didn't, and it happened. And yeah, that's just another accomplishment that I'm really proud of. And my next biggest accomplishment was getting my press accreditation for my first red carpet events. I covered quite a few events. I covered the King red carpet. I covered Marriage Story red carpet. I covered the Peanut Butter Falcon red carpet. So I covered quite a few red carpets, and I got to speak to, you know, a few celebrities and a few directors and a few producers, which leads into my next biggest accomplishment, which was getting a chance to have a mini interview with Timothée Chalamet. And the reason why I feel like I was really proud of that moment is because on the red carpet you're only given a limited amount of time. The star or whatever is a certain amount of time in each section, and it's a kind of unspoken rule that we'll all and there's no kind of rules, but there's just a kind of unspoken rule and etiquette that we all, you know, we all are working journalists, and we'll all give each other a chance to ask at least one question. And there was just one journalist guy that was literally kept asking him questions, and obviously they have a limited amount of time, and he was literally about to leave, and I just said, please, can I ask you one question? And he actually stopped for me. And I think he even knew that the other journalist was taking the absolute piss, and he stayed and he answered my question, and it was just such a great moment for me, because it was just, red carpets, because when you're working a red carpet with press, it's really stressful, because you might, especially when you're from a smaller publication, you might not even get the chance to speak to anyone. So to have Timothée Chalamet in front of me and not get to ask him a question would have just ruined my whole day and ruined my whole year. So that is a really good accomplishment, because I could have stayed quiet and let him go past, but I said something and he stayed. And if I didn't say anything, he would have went. So I'm really proud of myself for doing that and really just putting myself out there. So my next accomplishment, which is linking into my YouTube, is I made a video with over 40,000 watch time minutes. And this time last year, I didn't even have 40,000 watch time minutes on my channel. So to have one video get that amount of numbers from, my content, people actually being interested in the content that I make, that is a really good accomplishment, not only for me, but my channel. My next biggest accomplishment, this is all kind of like, this is the YouTube section, is getting 1,000 subscribers. Again, that was me putting really hard work in to getting 1,000 subscribers on my channel. And if you want to know my strategy, I'll link it up there. And my next biggest YouTube accomplishment is having my first video hit 5,000 views. And to some people, 5,000 views might seem like such a tiny amount. Before I started my channel, 5,000 views seemed like, easy work. The reality is, for most people, it's an uphill struggle. 5,000 views for me is amazing for my channel, and I just hope more views to come in the new year. My other biggest accomplishment is me keeping up a blog for a year. So we have this kind of blog / Instagram page called Retail Realness. You can follow it if you want. It's Retail Realness with 2 S's on the end. And it's basically dedicated to kind of breaking the blogger aesthetic that most kind of retailers use when they're booking like their models and their influencers. And it's kind of showcasing more everyday people wearing things like Pretty Little Thing, Mango, all of the brands, because I feel like all of the brands have the same aesthetic. All the models kind of look the same. And also with these big kind of blogger pages, these big, streetwear fashion pages, everybody looks the same. The models that they pick, they're usually thin, they're usually young, they're usually white, they usually all wear the same outfit. I wanted to make a page that showed more of like everyday people. So I kind of wanted to make something that disrupts that, and I've managed to keep up with that for a whole year, and even keeping up with my own Instagram page's effort. So maintaining a specific blog page dedicated to kind of one thing, and committing to that is quite a big accomplishment for me. So yeah, if you're looking for kind of a blog that's kind of fashion centered, but you're kind of sick of the blogger aesthetic, I'd recommend checking that out. My next biggest accomplishment of the year is doing my first internship at an award-winning television company production house. I had to send in my CV, I had to send in my show reel, I had an interview with them, and obviously that looks just amazing on my CV. So yeah, I'm really proud of myself for doing that, dedicated there. I made a really good impression. They asked for my CV, they've kept me on file. So I'm really proud of myself for doing a successful internship. Next biggest accomplishment is starting my own kind of news publication. It's still in its infancy. I kind of just started it because I wanted my written work to be somewhere where I know that it's valued, and I just thought, like, let me just make my own thing, because a lot of the written work that I was doing was voluntary, so I wasn't getting paid for it. So I just thought, if I'm going to do something for free, I might as well write for something and somewhere where I know I'm going to be valued. So I just thought, let me just make my own publication. And yeah, it's been growing quite rapidly, and I'm excited to see how that goes in the new year. My next biggest accomplishment was finishing film school with the top grade. And film school, anyone who's been to film school, or even any uni or higher education place, that shit is draining. Like, it was draining, and you know, I worked so hard and I put a lot of work in. I definitely deserved those grades. And yeah, I'm just really proud of myself that I get my shiny certificate and get to show everyone that like I got a top grade at film school. My last accomplishment was kind of more, you know, personal to me, and it was me kind of putting myself out there a bit more. I feel like obviously YouTube, you know, I'm putting myself out there on YouTube, but I feel like YouTube is different. I feel like in real life it is much harder to put yourself out there, and especially, you know, and especially with me being in film journalism and wanting to get back into actual filmmaking, putting yourself out there in terms of networking, you're going to have to do that, and it can be quite difficult and quite daunting, especially when you are young and the spaces that you're going into, you're not really seeing anyone who looks like you. So it can be a bit intimidating, but I have just been going into places, you know, sometimes I'm not even, you know, having a little drink to listen me up. I'm just going in there and I'm stunting and I'm showing out and I'm making contacts. And, you know, it's gotten to the, you know, and it's helped me build my confidence to the point where I don't have to fake it anymore. Like, you know, I don't have to fake it anymore. Like, you know, I'm very proud. I don't have to fake it. I don't have to fake it anymore. And I'm just proud of myself for building my self-esteem and, you know, knowing and actually believing in myself and knowing that I can do things and, you know, being less fearful of rejection and things not happening. That's the kind of roundups of my biggest achievements or the things that I'm most proud of 2019. Looking back, it has been quite a year, and in terms of looking at yourself and thinking about what everything that you do, no matter how minute or small it might seem, is an accomplishment and is something that should be celebrated. But yeah, let me know in the comments what your biggest accomplishment or accomplishments were in the year, and congratulations on all of your accomplishments. And even if you feel like you haven't really accomplished anything this year, you probably have. Like, I feel like as a habit, as humans, we like to downplay ourselves, but you just need to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, guys. Believe in yourself for 2020. I'm hoping to upload this on the 31st, but knowing me, I'm always late, so you might see this on the 1st in the new year. But yeah, I'm wishing everyone a happy new year, and I'll see you next year for the next accomplishments for 2020. I'm hoping for big things. And, you know, if no progress is made, ain't no biggie. You know, I've still got, realistically, another 60 years left on this earth to accomplish lots of things in this life. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. And till next time, bye.